Very good. Kia ora tātou. It's absolutely fantastic to be here. My name's Rachel Brown. I started this organisation I'm going to talk about. What I thought I'd do is just spend a little bit of time talking about why I personally do the things that I do, and then talk a little bit about, you know, what's in it for New Zealand, and then talk about the kind of work that we do at the Sustainable Business Network. First of all, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me all right? Good. Great. So I have a bunch of slides. The first slide is really talking about this beautiful thing, which is the planet that we live on. Now, this photo of the planet that we all share was taken in 1972 in December, when the Apollo ship was heading away from the planet, and it looked back and they saw the Earth for the first time and they took this photo. Does anyone feel like they've seen it before? Can you just do a show of hands? That photo is the most common photo used when we talk about this planet Earth, and it was taken in 1972. It's been really, really hard to replicate that image until relatively recently. Now, this is the planet that we all share. Any idea how many people live on our planet?
7 billion.
Over 7 billion people now. It's about 7.4 billion people live on this planet. By 2050, we're expecting the planet to have about 9 billion people on it. So that's an extra 1.5, 1.6, give or take a few million people living on our planet. Now, if you think about that in terms of resources, think about the competition for resources that we're going to have, for fuel, for energy, for food, for water, for clean water. Think about that in terms of the kind of conditions that we're starting to shape up for. We have to learn to share these resources. The other thing that you've got to think about is, what are the impacts of that many people living on this planet in terms of climate change? We know the globe is warming, we know these things are coming our way, and it's coming fast, but think about that with 9 billion people on it. Also think about the flow of resources on our planet. We take, we make, and we dispose of millions of tons of resources at the same time that we're running out of those resources. So those are two really, really big challenges, right? At the same time, we have technology zooming away on us. So now, within seconds, an issue will explode in a place like America, and we see it in New Zealand within seconds. So that information transfer across the world is going at light speed. So transparency is extremely important for business. You can be a great business to a bad business in seconds. So we've got to think about that kind of future as you gear up for what you do on this world. So these are the kinds of issues that even when I was a little kid, I used to think about. So I've always been thinking, what's the role of these really bright-eyed, bushy-tailed business people right across the world? What's our role in playing a positive future, the future that we all really hope we live in? So we've basically got 4 things that we think business needs to do. We need to have a really important role of looking after and restoring our natural environment. We need to have a really important role of making sure that business supports community, doesn't undermine it. We also need to think about intergenerational issues to make sure we're not undermining the future for our own kids and our grandkids. We also have to make sure that the way of our future is disconnected from fossil fuels. We need to have a low carbon renewables future. We need to make sure that the kind of decisions that we make when we design products and services are really radically reducing the amount of resources that we use. So those are the kinds of challenges for business. And then for us in New Zealand, it means that we can generate a future income for our whole country that's based on clean, green, beautiful, clever New Zealand. We can also do that by exporting amazing solutions here that we create here to a world that's going, how on earth do we live on this planet with 9+ billion people? How do we do that? We can help share that information from New Zealand. The other thing that we can do is, although I like to think that New Zealanders are really good at connecting and creating new things, there's great stuff happening overseas too. So how do we learn from those ideas, bring them back here, shape them a bit more, make them more New Zealand own, and then export those even better ideas back out to the world, but also make sure the way we live here is better. So that's kind of always motivated me. That's my purpose, and that's what's motivated me. So, yeah, in terms of this next picture, this is another satellite photo of this beautiful country that we all share right now. This is New Zealand, this is our beautiful place. I was born here and I love it. And this is the country that I believe could lead the world. We're small, we're isolated, we've got a lot of natural advantages, we have a very closely connected people. We can go across and learn from different cultures, but we can also access leaders really quickly. In different parts of the world, you never get a chance to meet your Prime Minister. In New Zealand, you can. You can meet leaders of business here, you can meet the influencers, and you can start to really make a difference here. And I think we can model a whole stack of different things in our beautiful country. Who's waving time for me?
Me.
Okay, good. So the kinds of things that I did was in 2002, I set up an organisation. It was the second one I set up, and it's called the Sustainable Business Network. And I really want to acknowledge NZI because they have helped us all the way through my journey in this space. And I'm just going to get you guys to do one of these wacky moments where you just clap and go, yay, NZI, thank you so much. Because that's why I'm here, and this connection is really cool. But NZI has helped us do all these kind of things. I'm going to talk briefly about them. So we connect with each other. One of the things that's really important for business is to hear how business does well by doing good. So it's really important to learn from each other. So we do lots and lots of connection, but also we have a team who's so passionate about this space that they advise people. We also have a network which has got a database of loads of amazing companies, and Apex is in the room who's leading the way for the insurance space as well. So we promote those kind of companies. So buy from Apex, for example. And there's great wine and all sorts of other things. The other thing we do is tell inspiring stories, because there's nothing like inspiration. We're going to get a bit more of this soon, about great companies who do great things. Because, you know, if you see someone else is doing something great, you think, well, shit, maybe I can do that too. And there's so many examples of that. So we have awards, and every year we produce an awards booklet that tells people exactly the kind of stories that we need to do more of for our country. So those awards are really exciting. The other thing is that we pull together collaborations, and the collaborations work on fantastic projects. Procurement, electric vehicles, New Zealand could lead the way with electric vehicles, the infrastructure and everything else. We work around things like the smart office. How can you run the most efficient office in the world and not create stacks of waste? We do leadership training so that people can learn how to influence change in a positive way. And we have this thing called Million Metres, which is about restoring that beautiful water you can see in this visual in front of you, because actually New Zealand water quality is not that great and it's getting worse. And each person in this room can do something about that by donating to a restoration effort in your area. Last slide. We've got lots and lots of businesses that work with us, and we need more. So if you're not already involved in the SBN, please get involved. And you can contact me anytime. I'm quite friendly. Although I won't be here after 7 because I'm going to race away and catch a ferry. But thank you so much for inviting me here.